Welcome back to Daily Insights, where we mix truth with laughs and sprinkle in a bit of I told you so. Today, we're diving into one of the internet's juiciest, most dramatic plot lines. Women who filed for divorce and then went.
Yesterday I told my husband I wanted to be separated from him, and people keep saying sorry, and I'm only crying right now because that was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I truly thought I was going to be with him forever. And I still love him so much, and I wanted it to be different, but it's not. It's okay to be upset. This is 17 years of my life we're talking about. Somebody I shared children with, who I built a life with. So yeah, say sorry, but also say congratulations for also being really f***ing strong. Because that was not easy.
They can't do it, don't help them. It is not your responsibility. If they get frustrated, they need to figure that shit out on their own. You are not responsible for your partner. They are the parent too. They are a spouse too. They weren't grown up enough to be in this adult life, then they should not have gotten married and they should not have had kids.
Even just 5 years ago, I didn't understand how people who could love each other so much to get married and have kids and build a life together just throw it all away like that. But something never felt right with me. Something never felt right with my relationship. It was always confusing. Do I believe he loves me? Yes, I have no doubt he would absolutely kill for me. But when it comes to nurturing and loving someone and like wanting to bend every will in your body for them and desire them or just take them out or make them happy, know their littlest things that make them smile. I knew all of his. And then I started paying attention to things that he was saying. The one example that always stuck out in my mind was when he described his uncle's relationship with his wife. His uncle was kind of a Rolling Stone type of guy, never really had a home. And he met his wife, and he said just how he dances with her and grabs on her and loves her. I could just tell that she was the one, that he just loves her so much.
What she actually signed up for was something very different. The real-life survival series called Single Mom Life. Starring her, unpaid bills, and screaming kids. The classic case of thinking you're Beyoncé, but ending up with your cat and a half-empty bottle of wine on a Friday night. Sometimes, people confuse temporary frustration with a permanent problem. Divorce isn't a magic wand. It's more like a financial grenade.
It's really hard. And where are all the good men? Why aren't you looking for good women who are ready to be in a relationship and not sleep around? What are you doing? Where are you?
This is what my friends who are married don't understand. First off, it is so difficult to have been single throughout the entire pandemic and go through that profound trauma all alone without some kind of support system. And I also think it's difficult that you're no one's priority. Like, there aren't really people checking up on me in the same way as if you have someone to come home to. I don't have a partner. I've been single for at least almost 4 years, since November of 2019, how long that is. And it's just so difficult because you realize that you have to be your own knight in shining armor, that there's no one coming to save you, that there's no one really is there for you. You're alone at the end of the day. And it's so much harder to go through the ups and downs and tumultuousness of life when you don't have companionship and you don't have a partner, and it sucks.
If I had known this, it would have saved me from a second divorce. Every choice you make stems from what you believe you deserve. After my divorce, no confidence. It was my mission to get into another relationship and fall in love. I needed to prove to myself that my divorce was the right decision. I needed someone to make me feel like I was worth loving. I didn't know how to do that for myself. And when you're coming from that place of lack, you choose the wrong partners. And here's divorce number 2. Don't do what I did. Take the time to get to know yourself and to like yourself.
A lot of people feel the need to tell somebody getting divorced that you should date yourself for a while. Take some time, figure out what you like.
I just got out of a marriage. I know what I don't like, okay? So let me figure out what I do like. Don't put a time limit on how long I should date myself or how long I should wait to date other people. Don't shame people for wanting to.
At first, it seemed fun. She started meeting new men, the so-called Chads. You know the type. They promise you the world, call you queen on day 1, and by day 3 they're asking, "So, when are you coming over?" These guys aren't interested in building families. They're interested in cardio sessions, and not the jogging kind.
And I hate to be one of those women that come on TikTok and cry, and people are like, why is she doing that? I'll tell you that almost 2 years ago, my ex and I divorced after 23 years of marriage. And it's been almost 2 years. It has been the hardest, most loneliest time of my life. I mean, if somebody would have said that I would feel and walked through what I have walked through, I would have said, no, I won't, because I will not make it. I will not survive very long. I just pulled in my driveway from work, and I don't want to go inside because my kids aren't home this week. I also, when I look to the left, I see our basketball court and 2 basketballs in the yard. And I'm not going to move those. They're reminders of these precious children that I have. And that I can't stop. But man, times like this suck when I don't want to go inside my home because there's no one to go home to. No one is in there waiting for me. I will not be greeted by anybody. And that is a really hard place to be. So, I don't have any like crazy magic words that'll make you feel better if you're experiencing that. Just know that you're not alone, and these feelings, we all know they come and go. Last night I pulled into my driveway just feeling fine. I was actually a little bit excited that I just had the night to myself. But today it just hit me. You just never plan on things like this happening. So again, I don't have anything earth-shattering to tell you except that you are not alone in those feelings. And probably an important thing to do is to reach out to somebody that's healthy, not just anybody. While I think it's important to sit in those feelings and that grief, because there's so much growth happening, like I know there is.
The second one, oof, when you thought he'd cry for 3 years, but he already has a new gym membership, a new girl, and a new glow-up. People underestimate how much someone grows once they stop being nagged 24/7. Kidding.
That money can do or he can physically do, but emotionally, he's been gone since month 2, and I happen to be pregnant. So there's that, and that's very typical of the personality type I'm dealing with. There you have it.
She even admitted that her ex-husband did a lot for her, but she still wanted more. You cannot give enough affection to a broken woman. She will always want more because all she really wants is validation at all times, just for existing.
Which is casual. You know, he's like, I thought this was casual between us. So when was this casual? I am with you all the fucking time. And it's not because I'm clingy or I'm just inviting myself. You're inviting me. You are telling me I like you in my space. I asked you if you want me to leave and you say no. If you're telling me these words that are coming out of your mouth, I'm going to fucking believe you. Right? Like, I'm not delusional. You told me you weren't talking to anybody else. Okay, cool. You're not talking, right? Guys, if you tell a girl that, what? And I think here's my assessment of the whole situation is that I think that he likes me more than he cares to admit to, and that scares him. And he still wants to act like he's in college. And he's not. And, you know, I told him on night one when he came home that I'm not an option. And I'm not going to be played. And that's just not going to happen. And that's exactly what he fucking did. Right? So we fought a lot. And he took it. He took what I had to say. I mean, I don't know how much he listened or whatever. But he sat there and he was apologetic and, you know, he got caught. And I even said her name. So that he knew, I know her name. She's 22. What are you gonna do with a 22-year-old in the fucking Philippines? How is that gonna work? I'd love to know. I would love to know how that's gonna work. When I'm right here. Oh, and I told him that I loved him because that's also true. And, you know, love just happens sometimes, right? And it doesn't matter how long you've known somebody and whatever, and love just can be love. And he fucking lied to me.
Mostly. You never really miss a good man until your Uber driver shows up late and judges your playlist. Modern dating can be a wake-up call. Turns out, independence doesn't cuddle you at night or help you put up IKEA furniture. For $30,000, you could have just gone to Bali, started a business, and bought a year's worth of therapy. Divorce is expensive, especially when the only thing you win is loneliness and joint custody of the dog.
I know that this is going to be a process for me, ups and downs, and I'm sure, you know, I kind of feel like Corey, smile, like get over it, you know, but this is my page to heal and to be brutally honest about every piece of this journey. So I barely slept last night. I've got a migraine. My heart's broken. And so much of me wishes that he'd be like, I'll change, I'll fix this, I love you, I'm sorry for all the things I said, you know, you never deserved it, I'll never say that again, I'll pay attention to you, I'll communicate with you, I'll lose my anger. It's not going to change. But I guess I'm somebody that will always have hope, because not always have hope until the divorce is done. I'll always have hope that things could change. And I guess that's just me being stupid, I'm sure many of you would say. Or maybe it's just me trying to see the good in everybody. I don't know what it is. I'm not weak. I don't know why I became this woman. Who am I? But this is where I'm at today, this morning. I'm sad.
So, let me get this clear. She doesn't know what she wants. She doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know if she made the right choice or not. But she is the first person to tell her husband how he should treat her. You just can't make this shit up. This next clip is really gonna show you how needy this woman really is.
So I saw a comment, I deleted it, but I need to respond to it. Someone asked to hear my husband's side. So let me tell you, my husband's side. Well, he loved me and gave me everything he had, and did everything in the world for me. And you know what? I have to tell you though, actually, to his credit, he didn't do so much for me. Except show me love and respect and attention and hold me and kiss me and look at me and communicate with me and try to have conflict resolution ever. He did everything in the world.
Thanks for watching Daily Insights. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and let us know in the comments. Do you think people underestimate the hardships of single life after marriage? See you in the next one.